Imagine a woman whose laughter could fill a room, whose characters became part of people's lives across generations, and whose name would be spoken with admiration long after her final curtain call. This is the story of Catherine O'Hara, a brilliant actress, gifted comedian, and beloved performer whose career spanned more than 5 decades. She wasn't just a star, she became a cherished icon. Catherine Ann O'Hara was born on March 4, 1954, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, into a big family where humor was part of everyday life. From a young age, she brought joy to those around her. As a teenager, she discovered her natural flair for comedy and performance, eventually taking a job as a waitress at Toronto's famed Second City Theatre, a school for improvisational comedy and a launching pad for future stars. It was here, in the mid-1970s, that Catherine would find her calling. After proving herself with quick wit and effortless impersonations, she became part of the touring stage troupe that produced the television sketch comedy Second City Television, or SCTV. The show, which premiered in 1976, became a cornerstone of her early career and cemented her reputation as a versatile performer with an ingenious sense of timing and unforgettable characters. By the early 1980s, SCTV had crossed borders and was being broadcast in the United States. Catherine's talent wasn't just in acting, she also wrote sketches and helped shape the show's creative voice. In 1982, she was honored with her first Emmy Award for her writing contributions to the series, a rare achievement that highlighted her intelligence and humor both behind and in front of the camera. The mid-1980s saw Catherine transition into film. She appeared in movies like After Hours, 1985, and Heartburn, 1986, showing she could hold her own in dramatic roles alongside comedy. But it was her role in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, 1988, playing the eccentric Delia Dietz, that endeared her to a broader audience. With her expressive face and fearless physical humor, she carved a place in pop culture history. Then came a role that would become one of the most recognizable in family film history, Kate McAllister, the frantic yet lovable mother in Home Alone, 1990, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 1992. Her performance perfectly balanced comic timing with emotional sincerity, a mother trying to reunite with her child while navigating absurd obstacles. The films became holiday staples, watched by families year after year, and Catherine's delightful portrayal transformed her into a household name. During this decade, she also lent her voice to animated gems like The Nightmare Before Christmas, 1993, and worked with comedians and directors in films that showcased her comedic depth. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Catherine found a special creative partnership with director Christopher Gust, starring in expertly improvised mockumentaries such as Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, and For Your Consideration. Her improvisational skill and effortless musical talent shone, especially in A Mighty Wind, where a folk music duet she performed became a fan favorite. She also explored a variety of roles in television and film, from serious parts to quirky side characters, proving she wasn't just a comedian, but a multifaceted performer. Then came perhaps the most celebrated chapter of Catherine O'Hara's career. Moira rose in the CBC sitcom Schitt's Creek, 2015 to 2020. Cast as an eccentric former soap opera star with unforgettable outfits, absurd pronunciations, and boundless theatrical flair, Catherine delivered a performance that captured hearts around the world. Her portrayal was more than comedic genius. Moira's vulnerability beneath the glamour made audiences laugh and feel deeply. For this role, Catherine won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series in 2020, along with a Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards. Her performance not only introduced her to new fans, especially among younger viewers on streaming platforms, but also solidified her legacy as one of the most expressive and beloved comic actresses of her generation. In the mid-2020s, she continued to work in high-profile projects, including roles in the TV drama The Last of Us and the Apple TV Plus dramedy The Studio, earning Emmy nominations well into her 60s and 70s. What made Catherine O'Hara so special wasn't only her talent, it was her warmth, her fearlessness in comedy, and the humanity she brought to every character. Whether she was playing a wildly dramatic former celebrity or a frazzled mother, she found the heart in each role. Her performances made audiences laugh, think, and connect. Fellow actors and fans repeatedly praised her generosity as a collaborator, her joyful creativity, and her humility despite a career of unmistakable success. Tributes poured in from co-stars like Macaulay Culkin and Pedro Pascal, remembering her not just for her performances, but for the light and kindness she brought to those around her. She was a pioneer, a woman who continued to earn major roles and recognition throughout her life, inspiring both women and comedians everywhere. Off camera, Catherine valued family deeply. She married production director Bo Welch, whom she met on the set of Beetlejuice, and they raised two sons together. Though her career soared, she often said her proudest role was being a mother. Her life was filled with friendships, laughter, and a commitment to craft. She approached every part she played with intelligence, curiosity, and joy, qualities that drew audiences in and made them feel connected to her work. On January 30th, 2026, Catherine O'Hara passed away at the age of 71 after a brief illness, leaving behind a legacy that will continue to inspire laughter and admiration for years to come. Her films, television appearances, and the characters she shaped will live on as part of popular culture, from the holiday magic of Home Alone to the unforgettable Moira Rose of Schitt's Creek. Her career taught us that humor can be both sharp and tender, that strong characters can come from unexpected places, and that an artist can touch millions without losing a sense of play. Catherine O'Hara's life reminds us that creativity, courage, and kindness can leave a mark far beyond the screen. She wasn't just a performer, she was a voice that made people laugh, a presence that made people feel, and an artist whose work reminded us of the joy of storytelling. Her legacy endures in every smile she brought to the world.